actually going to do the second activity in my lesson, but my lesson is also about Things Fall Apart. We are both teaching the same book, but I'm really focusing on community and how community is shaped in a classroom. So I started this unit the beginning of second semester, similar to Hillary, but I wanted to kind of revisit our classroom norms and our classroom community and kind of really focus on how students interact with each other and what we know about each other. So the first unit in this semester, or last semester, was focusing on cultural identity. So I'm kind of building on that for this unit and also this particular activity. So the first activity we do is like a timed write. I ask them a question, and the question is, write about a sense of community, what a sense of community means to you. Think of some examples and list them in your writing. What would living in a community be like if these examples happened more often? So I give them about 5 minutes to write, and then I have them kind of reread their writing, and then they share their writing with other members in the class. So we do like a rotation. And when they're sharing their writing, the other members are underlining like keywords that they find in the writing, things that really stand out to them. So then after 3 rotations, they give it back to the original person who wrote the response, and then we kind of dissect it as a class. So it's a lot of like kind of talking as an entire group discussion. And then I do like a fist to 5 just to make sure that students are kind of understanding the activity, are they enjoying the activity, things like that. Just so when people or some students really don't want to talk in entire class discussions, I'm making sure to kind of reach them. So our second activity that we're going to do, and it's a little weird, but I think it really builds on classroom norms, is classroom speed dating. So does anyone know what speed dating is? Yes, Kate.
So I think it's where there's chairs facing each other and everyone has 1 minute to kind of do a quick introduction and be like, oh, I'm from here, I'm single, blah, 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 and they try to see if they can make a connection in that 1 minute, and then the bell rings and they just respond.
Yes. I'm single, I want to marry you, right? So we're not gonna move our desks or anything like that, but I'm going to count everybody off. You'll either be a 1 or a 2. And I believe 2s are the ones who are going to rotate in the room. And I have a series of 10 questions that I'm going to ask, so it's a different question each time so it doesn't get really repetitive for us. And I really want you to focus on answering your question, but answering it in a short amount of time because we only have 30 seconds, so each person will have about 30 seconds to answer their question, so a minute total for each round. And I don't know if we'll get through all the rounds, but so yes. I think that's all I wanted to say with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to number you guys off. So 1, 2, 1. Would you like to participate? 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2,
1, 2, 1, 2,
2, 1,
2, 1.
Awesome. And you're going to go in this little zigzag pattern that I did here, okay? So we're going to start off by just answering a sample question. So you're not going to move yet, but I want to ask you, and you're going to participate with your partner right next to you, and what is your favorite color and why? So it gets a little tricky for you guys. Look at me for yeah. You've already agreed. Okay. Yeah, you might want to move. It's weird with that. Awesome. Who am I? Yeah, you guys are going to be like
Like, yeah. We're having trouble answering why.
Well, what is your favorite color?
Teal.
Teal. Blue.
Actually, the reason it first became my favorite color is when I was in 2nd grade, I had like a best friend the first time in my life, and her favorite color was blue.
Oh, so you took that on.
That was the original reason. Now it's still my favorite color for other reasons. I haven't talked to her since 6th grade. But that was the original reason.
Mine is specifically teal, which is like, you know, shade of blue, but I think it's because it's like the Tone It Up official colors, and I'm a member.
Gotcha. So, did anyone find out anything new about their partner? About their favorite color? Does someone want to share their favorite color and why it's their favorite color?
Yes. I already shared. This is all you.
She shared already.
Oh, well, all right. Okay, my favorite color is Lanikai Beach Blue. Lanikai Beach is this serene spot in Hawaii, and the color of that beach, that water right there, is my favorite color. Really? It's like a turquoise, but it's not. It's Lanikai Beach Blue.
How do you go to Home Depot and ask for that?
I showed my picture on my Instagram.
Okay, so, and this will be a little tricky the first time, but let's do our first rotation. So all of my 2s will be rotating. Okay, and you're going to rotate to your left.
My 2?
Or I just kissed that way. Yep, that's the right. Yeah, it's. And then my last 2 at the end. Okay, perfect. And so does everyone have a partner? Raise your hand if you don't have a partner. Okay, if we have a group of 3, that's totally fine. Okay, so our first question, and you guys will just have a minute to answer this. When you were growing up, where did you most feel a sense of community and belonging? So let's remember, we'll do 30 seconds for each person so everyone has a chance to talk.
Alright, so when I was growing up, I grew up on a farm.
I think I felt the most sense of community riding my bike through the orchards, and like I grew up around a lot of country roads and dirt roads and just all the places I could explore and engage my imagination. Yeah.
I felt the most sense of community where I spent my summers, which was on Cape Cod, and kids had a lot of freedom there. Like we could ride our bikes to the pond for our swimming lessons, and I just loved it. I loved everything about being there. And we had summer friends, people that were there every year, and so my regular life didn't feel quite as community as that. So I really liked it.
It's nice when you can have that escape. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
With a group of people, and we travel.
Okay guys, I need your attention up here. So that has been a minute. So we are going to do our next rotation. So everyone rotate to your next partner. Everyone choose? Or just choose rotate. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Thank you.
Hello.
Welcome to the third song.
Why do you call it third way? I don't mind. Oh, worst day of your life and why?
So our second question is, what was the worst day of your life and why? Get a little sad.
Mine's really straightforward. My dad assaulted me in a gas station at midnight. So, there.
That's for that.
How about you?
I think the hardest was really screeching.
The only one it's more embarrassing than the worst day, and that was crashing the minivan on a school trip. It was my car, but still. So crashes are never fun. Yeah. The scary part was everywhere. It was only two.
Okay, good job guys. So we're going to do another rotation. So all my number 2s again are going to rotate in this weird room right here. So like we did before. I know. Okay, 1 more minute. How much time do I have?
About 4 minutes.
I genuinely see
personality has the most value to you.
I never talk with some people, even kids who are just yelled at when they're school. But I genuinely believe that everybody deserves their best.
At this point, you need 40 seconds to think about it.
I'm optimistic. And when you're dealing with people with cynicism,
For me, it's not being really effective. If I make a mistake in front of my students, like, oops, I forgot something. Let me go get it. They'll really, actually, really quick forgive me, but it's like, I guess it's showing up like, okay, we all have weaknesses, we all have flaws.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's all the rotations we have time for. So if you would return to your original seats.
That's more my style.
Okay, so like I said before, we would do about 10 rounds, and the questions vary. But what I'm hoping for in this is for students to kind of learn more about members in their class. I actually did a similar activity to this at the beginning of second semester, and it was kind of crazy because we did community building activities first day of school, and the kids were so quiet and timid and they didn't really talk. But when we did an activity like this second semester, they were super into it and really lively, and they learned about their classmates. They knew them already, but they learned a lot more. So I would end this activity by asking a series of questions, and I would ask this kind of to the entire class and give you some time to think about it and pair share. So my number one question, and that what I'm trying to get out of this is my third question. So how did your answers change when, like, you were talking to someone who you didn't really know very well? Did that influence you at all? Was it harder? Was it easier because, you know, just didn't really care? What do you guys think?
I know the worst day of my life, I did not disclose full details.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just kept it pretty straightforward and like, yep, this is what happened.
Yeah. And that's a really personal subject, especially to share with someone maybe who you don't know very well. So, and I just really want us to, and the point of this activity is really just to build community, and then I would relate it to Things Fall Apart. And Hillary gave a great excerpt of the book in her other lesson. So that would be my